Hello collective, hello alchemy gang, this is the Avion here. I am doing a different type of video today. Today I'm doing a video about the recent current events, with the plane crashes, and I wanted to provide a channel message and give my perspective from a spiritual, intuitive way, because I believe that most of the videos that are coming out about the plane crashes, they are both informative but also fear-based. You have people who are saying, don't take planes, don't travel, which I know they're saying that with good reason, but I feel like they're spreading more fear in the collective, and we're not really getting, an in-depth analysis of what's actually occurring here. Is it a result of errors in regards to safety with aviation, or is there something spiritual going on? So I decided to consult the cards. Now, when I do my readings, I give both a intuitive perspective, and then I also consult with ChatGPT, because I believe that we should, bridge the realms of spirituality and technology, or bridge the realms of the physical with spiritual, and that also includes technology as well. Technology can be used as a tool, to help us understand psychic phenomenon or things that we're going through. We shouldn't fear it or place a bunch of power in its hands. We should use it to address our own situations as well. So I'm going to give my perspective of the cards, and then I'm going to consult ChatGPT. So let's begin. So this is a new deck that I bought about a month ago. It is called the Book of Doors Divination Deck, an alchemical oracle from ancient Egypt. I really resonate with ancient Egypt. I feel very connected to its symbolism, its mythology, and its history. I've had a connection since 2020. I didn't exactly grew up with obsessing over ancient Egypt or a specific time period, but I remember there was this one time before the pandemic really hit. Well, I think it already hit at this point. I don't really remember. I wrote in my notes section that I wanted to embody the essence of an Egyptian goddess, and years later, I kind of am that. I kind of have elevated my self-concept to where, when people see me, I give off this regal vibe. So that's pretty cool. But it's not just about the aesthetic, it's about the symbolism and the spirituality behind it. So here's what the deck looks like. It has very rich, symbolism and mythological and Egyptian aspects on it. So the card 1, I can't pronounce the names of the cards because I am not super familiar with Egyptian history or mythology. I'm still practicing, and these cards are kind of helping me learn mythology. This book is a good source for learning more about Egypt, its history, mythology, and spirituality. Of course, I would recommend looking into other sources, but this is a good foundation especially if you want to connect spiritually. This card is all about enlightenment. So when I think of enlightenment, I think of reaching a state of reaching a higher state of consciousness. But with enlightenment, we also have here, I took notes too, so I might reference mine. Before I pulled the cards, I basically took notes. I kind of practiced channeling or automatic writing to get messages. But I'm trying to remember what this card. Oh, darkness. Okay, so this one is about enlightenment, darkness and cycles, and wholeness. So the message I'm getting right here is that in order for us as the collective, because I forgot to even introduce the question. So the question I asked the cards was, what is the spiritual significance of these plane crashes from a spiritual and astrological perspective, and what are they meant to teach the collective at this time? So in order to reach a state of enlightenment, we must go through a period of darkness. We're entering a phase where we are going through trials, tests, and tribulations at this time. Are we learning what we're meant to learn at this time? Are we going through karmic cycles? Are we clearing out the old, making way for the new? And this card came out reversed. I don't know if you can see it from right here, but it came out reversed. And what I took that to mean as there's a lack of wholeness. So we're transitioning in a phase to where we'll eventually become enlightened, but we have to go through this darkness. We have to go through in order to go through the light, we have to go through the shadow, the darkness first, because that's duality. You can't have one without the other. And this card represents wholeness right here. So with wholeness, oneness, we're reaching a state of oneness with each other. So these events are teaching us how to, it's like shaking up the collective. It's like shaking up our foundation of what we value with security and stability. I'm going to also cross-reference the tarot here because I have my tarot cards in front of me. The first card I pulled for the tarot was the Ten of Pentacles. This card is all about legacy and stability. But I'm also drawn to the elderly man right here. I feel like many of us need to connect with our ancestors or spirit guides and ask them for protection, for clarity and stability in our lives. And ask them questions, you know, as to why these events are occurring. What is it teaching me? What is it? It's like, basically, it's trying to get us to reflect on our own sense of morality, our sense of security within ourselves. It's helping us, you know, this card itself connects to the physical realm because it's earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So there's a sense of needing to be grounded and connected to the physical realm. But at the same time, it's like, how are we navigating the physical realm? Are we living in a state of fear, or are we living in a state of love? Are we making fear-based decisions, or decisions out of actual, you know, a place of harmony and peace within ourselves? An example of this would be basically, you know, when let's say you're getting to know someone and you see some red flags, but you make a fear-based decision to stay with that person because you believe you're not going to get anything better. And so then you go further down the line and you find out that person was never for you, but you end up dating this person because you didn't believe you deserved anything better. Well, a decision out of love would have been deciding to detach and move on from that person instead of attaching yourself to them, expecting a better outcome. Now we also have the Eight of Wands here. I didn't really exactly understand what the Eight of Wands was communicating, but this card is about communication, like communication, swift communication. So there could be communication, or not just communication with the physical person, but like a communication in like the news outlets, you know, to what's going on right now. There could be, you know, new insights as to what's going on with aviation right now. There could be insights as to like, you know, communication from like our spirit guides or our ancestors. You know, we could be getting insights or downloads, psychic downloads from them about what we're supposed to be doing and what's happening in the world and how can we navigate these major shifts and these changes. We have the Seven of Wands here. I'm kind of at a loss for this one. I don't exactly remember the general meaning of that one, so we might have to come back to that one, or I'll just leave that one to ChatGPT. But with justice, there's a sense of balance. I believe justice connects to Libra, as you can see with the scales here. So there's a need to balance what we're taking in when it comes to this situation. Are we focused too much on what's going on in the world, or are we focused on ourselves? I feel as if, or I think, you know, what's really going on is that we should examine, you know, our relationship to tragedy, to loss, and create a fair, balanced relationship with it. It shouldn't be imbalanced to where we're scrolling for hours trying to learn more about the situation, or we're just stuck in a cycle of doom scrolling. You know, we need to find balance between taking in truth versus taking in our own truth. We need to practice discernment. To me, justice is all about having clear discernment. It's justice. You know, you're justifying or rectifying, you know, that didn't even make sense. But anyway, you're basically getting clear about boundaries. You know, you need to set boundaries with yourself at this time. So how clear and strong are your boundaries? I feel like what this situation is teaching the collective is that, you know, there's a lack of boundaries when it comes to something. I'm kind of talking in circles, but bear with me. So Three of Swords, we have a clearing out emotional wounds. This represents heartache and grief and pain, and in this case, tragedy and loss. So I feel as if this is definitely amplifying what the collective is feeling right now. This kind of, to me, this situation kind of reminds me of 9/11. It's not exactly the same, but like it feels eerily similar. Also, this is the year of the snake, just like 2001. Did I say 2011? 2001. 2001 was also the year of the snake, just like it is this year, which is all about rebirth, transformation, and cleansing and spiritual awakening. So it's like matters around the heart are amplified right now. Like there's a lot of sadness and grief and pain and anxiety, but we're navigating this as a collective. And then we have the Four of Wands reversed and the Hangman. The Hangman was at the bottom of the deck. So with the Four of Wands, I feel as if there's a lack of harmony. There's a lack of harmony, and I feel like part of this harmony is the way the media is talking about the situation, and it's not really, people kind of feel at loss. You know, people feel like they don't really know who or what to trust, and there's a lack of, you know, faith in what's happening in the world as of right now. So now I'm gonna finish reading these cards, the Egyptian spreads. I'm gonna keep referencing the book, and I'm gonna be quietly reflecting for a little bit, because this is a new deck. I don't know all the meanings, but I do have the ability to channel, or at least my channeling abilities are developing. I won't say I'm a strong channel, but like I can channel. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna read some of this book, not out loud, but to myself. So enjoy the bird noises, because they sound very peaceful. Tweaka tweaka. Okay. How's it? Okay. All right. So we have Azet here. Azet was a powerful Egyptian goddess. She is mainly known for, you know, both her beauty, her magic, her essence, and restoring or resurrecting her deceased husband Osiris, or Azor. I like to say the African names. I don't really go by the Greek names, but they're mainly known as Isis and Osiris, but I refer to them as Azet and Azor, the African names, or the Egyptian names, same thing. But yeah, she was known for many great things. Over time, I'll be able to go more in depth about what she represents and all that stuff. But like I said, I'm still learning about the Egyptian mythology. Despite having a personal connection, I'm still learning about it myself. For me, it's more like an intuitive connection, not really so much of studying, but like I'm in a studying phase right now. So as it reads magical knowledge and protection, great powers of inspiration, creativity, the bringing of life, and the honoring of the female principle in all things. So I feel like what this is saying is that basically a lot of you are protected as of right now, divinely protected. But since it's in reverse, I feel like there's a sense of there's a lack of protection, or y'all need to protect yourselves. You know, get healing crystals, pray / say protection affirmations, talk with your spirit guides, talk with your ancestors, you know, just do things that keep you grounded and protected at all times, because we're in a very testing period as of right now, and we don't really know what's going to happen. But if we keep ourselves in good faith and protect ourselves and know that we are divinely protected, there's the least likely chance that we'll be put in situations or circumstances that's going to cause us harm. Oh, that's the next card. All right. Okay, we have Gabe Nutshoe. Separation, the necessity for independent action. So far we have enlightenment. We have darkness and new cycles. We have wholeness, or a lack of wholeness and oneness within the collective. We also have protection here, or the lack of protection, or needing to protect ourselves. And then we have separation. So I feel like this is triggering a lot of people's separation anxiety and fear. And it's like I've been saying throughout the reading, you know, it's basically amplifying what is separating us? What is separating us from each other and from spirit? Because we have a very warped relationship with spirit for the most part, at least here in America. You know, we don't believe ghosts are real. We don't want to talk to our ancestors. We don't want to talk to our spirit guides. We think it's hard to talk to our spirit guides. We don't want to look into numerology. And if we do, we rather just ignore the ancient numbers we're getting and be like, it's whatever. You know, 111, 222, 333. Like, you're seeing that for a reason. You're not just seeing it just to see it. Like, these are signs of confirmation from spirit, from universe, you know? But, yeah, a lot of you feel separated and disconnected from spirit this time. And spirit is asking you to go back to your roots, go back to your faith, you know? Not, when I say faith, I'm not referring to like Christianity or whatever. If that's what you feel called to, then go ahead. But I'm referring to having faith in something greater than yourself, or just believing in self at this time. Because separation is an illusion. Separation is just going to create more division and, well, separation between us, you know? And I feel as if with these people coming out with like these videos and psychic predictions, yeah, they're cool, but I feel like their messages aren't really, at least they're not resonating with me. You know, my discernment is very strong, so when I watch something, I take it with a grain of salt. It may or may not be true, but at the same time, I don't want to put that in my reality. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, cool. If it does, cool. You know, so I just choose not to pay attention to that. I feel like when these psychic predictions come out, people they're kind of adding to the chaos and the fear, whether they know it or not. Okay, next card. We have Seth here. Okay. Okay. Divinatory meaning. Opposition, strife. Retreat is preferable to defeat. I actually don't really know what that means. I might have to sit with that one for a while. Okay. This isn't the last card. This is the second to last card. Okay. 49. All right. So, divinatory meaning: the possibility of transcending time limitations, spiritual evolution, transformation. Again, another one I would have to sit with. Bear with me. I don't know everything. I'm just a messenger at times. But if that resonates, let me know, because I'm gonna just read, certain things from the book, because I'm still building a connection with these cards. Some things are just coming to me, but other things I kind of have to reflect on. And I also feel like it's important as a reader to be transparent. Sometimes we just don't have all the answers, and that's okay. We don't always have all the answers. We don't know every single meaning to the card. Sometimes we have to go to the guidebook. Sometimes we have to go to the web. It all just depends on the energy. It depends on, where we are in our journey. And there's multiple factors. So when y'all do eventually book personal readings with me, I will be very transparent with that. So don't expect me to have all the answers, because I may or may not know everything. And that's completely fine. No one knows everything. So I think it's unrealistic to expect tarot readers or readers in general to have all the answers, when really all the answers come from within. So we're going to go read to the last card, and then we're going to get Chat's perspective, and then I'm going to basically talk about my perspective that Chat added to the chat, and then that's going to conclude the video, because this is going to be a series. Actually, I kind of want to after I read this card, I want to take a brief pause real quick to before I consult with ChatGPT. Okay, the last card, we have a journey. Remembering the past in order to know how to act in the present. Unconscious memories surfacing. The continuity of time. So, I feel like with this one, this very last card, this basically concludes that we're on a passage. We're basically unconscious fears, desires are coming up at this time to be purged up. And these tragic events are manifestations, quotation marks, not manifestations as in we're manifesting these things to happen, but they're spiritual manifestations of collective shifts for us to analyze our own, collective trauma and shadow work. It's a deeper invitation to go deep within our psyche and to prevent certain things from happening, or if certain things do occur, we allow ourselves to grieve the process of transformation, but also live in the present moment and be grateful for what we do have, and listen to the wisdom from our elders, our ancestors, and spirit guides to create a lasting and fulfilling legacy. So, what I want to take a brief pause about, basically, this is going to be a series. I'm going to add this into a playlist on my YouTube, but the series is going to be called The Mysteries of Life and Death, Mastering the Concept of Fear. And I wanted to get into this because I feel like the collective needs to shift our perception around fear and fear-based thinking and fear-based behavior and decision-making. And I felt motivated to do this through the recent events and just in general, because I'm navigating my inner world right now. I don't really have desire to see what's going on in the news or see what's going on social media. My inner world is the most important thing to me, because I've neglected myself for a very long time, and I've also have just been so giving, and I'm learning to set clear boundaries with myself and others, and I want to share my wisdom with the world. So stay tuned for the rest of the installment of this series. But yeah, I just wanted to take a quick pause to talk about that because I think this will be very entertaining. I don't know how many parts it's gonna have, but I'm gonna post like weekly videos about the series after taking like a week to study the information and put the video together. I would love to have high quality videos and do the edits and stuff, but I heard that like at least the viewers on YouTube like to watch videos that are very transparent and authentic, and I'm kind of just showing up as I am, filming this on my iPhone. You know, I would love to have a high quality camera, but it doesn't need to be aesthetically pleasing right now. It's just, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. You know, so we're just letting the light shine. So now we're gonna go through chat's perspective. What is the spiritual significance of the recent plane crashes, based off my card reading and your interpretation as well? I have the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the Justice, 3 of Swords, 4 of Wands, and the Hanged Man.
Your reading suggests a deep karmic and energetic shift surrounding the recent plane crashes, possibly reflecting larger spiritual themes of balance, sacrifice, and collective reckoning. Let's break it down. Spiritual interpretation of the cards. 10 of Pentacles. This could symbolize the impact on families, legacy, and the interconnectedness of life and death. It may also point to systemic or generational patterns, hinting that these events tie into a greater karmic cycle affecting collective security and stability. 8 of Wands. Sudden rapid events. This aligns with the swiftness of the crashes. Energetically, it suggests an accelerated shift or messages from the divine coming through fast and unexpectedly. 7 of Wands, a battle for control, resistance, or struggle. This could represent efforts to maintain order amidst chaos, as well as spiritual forces challenging existing structures. Justice, karmic balance, divine reckoning, cause and effect. This is a strong indicator that these crashes are not just random, but have deeper karmic implications. It suggests a moment of truth, accountability, and correction, possibly for the aviation industry or global collective. 3 of Swords, tragedy, grief, heartbreak, the direct sorrow from the events, but also the emotional release that comes with it. This could point to a necessary awakening through loss. 4 of Wands, celebration, homecoming, transition. Spiritually, this could indicate that souls have returned home in a divine plan, or that something positive will eventually emerge from the grief. Hanged Man, sacrifice, surrender, divine timing. A powerful message that these events are not in vain. They force us to shift perspectives, slow down, and reflect on the bigger picture. Spiritual significance suggests that the crashes are part of a larger energetic rebalancing. Justice and the Hanged Man together imply karmic correction and necessary sacrifice. The 10 of Pentacles and 3 of Swords emphasize ancestral and generational patterns, perhaps a reminder of what we need to fix within systems of travel, safety, and global responsibility. There may also be a message about humanity's relationship with speed and control. The 8 of Wands and 7 of Wands indicate an urgent but unsustainable pace, while the Hanged Man suggests a forced pause and reflection. What can be learned? A need for collective awareness, responsibility, and accountability, justice. Understanding that some events, even tragic ones, serve a larger spiritual function, Hanged Man. The importance of slowing down, listening to signs, and reevaluating priorities, 8 of Wands, Hanged Man. A reminder that death is not the end, but a transition, 4 of Wands. This is a moment of deep reflection and restructuring, both physically, aviation, safety, industry, and spiritually, karma, destiny, awakening.
Okay. All right. It was actually 4 of Wands reversed. It was actually 4 of Wands reversed. And also, what is the astrological and numerological significance of the plane crashes? And all, like, what are the transits and all that good stuff? I don't know. But what's the astrological and numerological significance of the plane crashes? The connection the connection between 2025 and 2001, along with both years being a snake year, and also how does this connect to humanity's fear of the unknown? How does this connect to humanity's fear of the unknown and major life transitions?
The Ten of Pentacles represents stability and legacy. In Kabbalistic terms, it aligns with the Sephira Malkuth, symbolizing the material world. White dogs often signify loyalty and protection. In the Ten of Pentacles, they may represent family bonds and ancestral guardianship.
I think she misunderstood what I said, which that gave more context, but let's try that again. Sometimes you have to work with these things. All right, what is the astrological and numerological significance of the plane crashes? And also, how does this connect to human? Damn, I gotta start over. When you pause, she like starts talking or like thinking. What is the astrological and spiritual significance of the plane crashes? And how does this connect to humanity's fear of the unknown and major life transitions? And also, how does this connect to 2001 and how both 2025 and 2001 are both snake years?
The recent plane crashes may symbolize sudden, unexpected events leading to significant change. In astrology, such incidents can be linked to challenging aspects involving Mars, which represents action and conflict, and Uranus, associated with sudden disruptions. The year of the snake, both in 2001 and 2025, is often connected to transformation and mystery. This alignment might suggest a period of profound change and introspection. These events could reflect humanity's fear of the unknown and major life transitions, highlighting the need for adaptability and resilience.
Okay, that pretty much answered my question, but I want to leave y'all with something first. I would like y'all to basically think about what is y'all's personal relationship with loss? How do you handle tragedy? How do you handle the unexpected? How do you handle control? How do you live your everyday life? Are you living in alignment with your higher purpose? Are you living in alignment with fear? How are you navigating everyday challenges and the way we go about the world? You know, it's unfortunate these events happen, but they happen for a reason. And it's also important to allow yourself to grieve at this time, whether that's, someone that was directly affected or someone that's just affected emotionally from hearing such tragic loss. We don't need to repress our emotions, but feel them and free them and release them. So that's all I have to say for right now. I hope this brought some clarity to what's going on. I hope y'all stay grounded, stay centered. I hope y'all don't watch too much information about the plane crashes. And if anything else happens in media, I hope y'all stay grounded in whatever else is going to come in the months following this year, because we're in month 2 now, and it's only day 1 of month 2. And I'm praying for peace and clarity, but who knows at this point? Anything can happen. So I ask y'all to stay safe, stay protected. I love y'all, and I'll be back with another installment of this series.